Right, Kayaking Cambridge. I'm going to drop straight into this one. I know I haven't posted a video for literally months, so I'm not hanging around. We're going to go straight into Kayaking Cambridge. At the end, I'll explain where the hell I've been, what I've been up to, why I've no longer got a beard, shorter hair, etc, etc. See you at the end if you're following. Let's get into Kayaking Cambridge. So there's a group of us, call it men of a certain age if you like, who have bought kayaks. We don't get into serious, we're not, we don't race, we don't go out in extreme conditions, and we just go out and enjoy ourselves. We take a packed lunch, we pootle along a nice river or an estuary somewhere, stop for lunch, have a coffee, a chat, pootle back again. That's very much what this trip was about. Cambridge was a lot busier, and the whole purpose was to enjoy our day out in Cambridge. One of the last sunny days in the UK this summer, so that gives you a clue as to how long ago I last posted a video. So we dropped in just outside of Cambridge. I'll pop a map on here so that you can see it. And we managed to park quite easily. We got there quite early, parked quite easily. Dropped the kayaks off at the side of the canal and river, I think. Yes, river at that point, and just lost the cars into the nearby housing estate and walked back to the kayaks. Very easy, really. I mean, Cambridge is known for not liking traffic, so it's finding somewhere where you can drop the kayaks in is kind of critical. So if you're thinking of doing it yourself, take a good look at that map. Great place to put your kayaks in. The weather was really the last really good sunny summer's day. It was a weekday. If it had been a Saturday, it would have been absolutely heaving. It was a weekday and it was heaving. Cambridge is, on a nice day, is always heaving. Coach loads of tourists. It was absolutely heaving. Even, you know, the waterway was heaving. Note how I've called it a waterway because I can never remember whether it's a river or a kayak. Or sure, somebody will put me straight on that. But Cambridge was absolutely heaving. But it's quite nice. There's a happy medium. If there's nobody there, it loses quite a bit of its character. So what does Cambridge offer? Well, an awful lot. It's got architecture you just can't believe. The university buildings, beautiful bridges over the waterway. You know, sort of the Venice of England, really. Absolutely beautiful. Lots to see, lots of character, lots of fun, lots of people on punts, lots of people looking at the river from the bridges, lots of places, and my mate Nigel, you know, lots of places to stop for a toastie. Nigel seems to be a connoisseur of everywhere you can get a toastie along a waterway. Oh, that pub does good toasties. Oh, that pub does good toasties. Became a bit of a joke of the trip, really. So yeah, lots to do. There's even a punt that takes Pims along the river, so you can stop and buy a Pims if you want to take a second mortgage out. Anyway, you can stop and buy a Pims on the river and things. Really lovely. Lots of character, lots of fun, buzzing, absolutely buzzing.
We were founded in 1209. Funny enough, by a group of Oxford University students.
No.
I'm having your sandwiches. I'm not being funny, but
On the way back, we'll do that, shall we?
look. I mean,
Perfect. Yeah, no, perfect.
Who's going to stop you?
He's coming. I had a bit of a burst of speed along there.
I might get some rear view mirrors. I'll just wear a hat with a mirror.
Yeah, one of these little.
Pretty, isn't it?
It's lovely, isn't it?
It's so nice.
I mean, we couldn't have picked a better day, really.
Well, that's the whole
We need to keep.
in the days. I mean, because there's been so few like this. Isn't it nice?
Did you set like round? You didn't even put, he actually ran through. Didn't even apologise.
Nigel, yeah?
No.
This would be a good pose to put in front. If you want to take some pictures.
Yeah, go on.
Because you've got the arches if you want to go.
Yeah. What I want to do is go ahead and then I'll video you.
All right.
And we'll go to the other side.
Very busy part of
We,
the world, this.
we need to keep ahead of the tourist boats, really.
I've got a boat behind me up here.
Yeah, go on. Hurry up, Nigel.
Might have to do it the other way.
Come over this way, Mark.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, I thought he was taking a video.
Oh, did he? Oh, I didn't know that. All my beauty stations are little ones for
No. You've got to keep ahead here, haven't you? It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah. A long time ago, isn't it?
Because the students that came were very clever, some of them are, but some are very bad students.
It's the bridges that make it as well.
Yeah, it's just beautiful. Just beautiful.
Bye-bye. See you, mate.
Oh,
It's your mate.
Canada goose. They're not stroppy.
How pretty Cambridge is.
Forgot how busy it is.
No, it's busy, that's the trouble. It's got
Well, a day like today, you're asking for trouble, aren't
yeah,
you?
I suppose, but at least we're in the week. Tomorrow will be even worse.
Oh, tomorrow will be mad. Where's Nigel? Oh, there he is. I was just going to sit on the side here for a minute and just
beautiful.
Enjoy the view.
So nice. So nice. And I think the thing is...
Oh, here he comes. Play it cool, play it cool. Morning, ladies.
Take photographs and I get caught in all the traffic.
Yeah, I know, that's what I was saying to you. If you hang around, you get caught up in all the traffic.
There's a little tributary there.
What, Swallows and Amazons style?
Let's go down there.
He will anyway. He will anyway. Cool, we've got a bit of space. We've got a bit of space between the tourists.
What's it like? Let's go down there. Let's go down there.
Yeah, it might have a little bit of overhang now. I don't want you going in.
Let's have a go.
See you later, Nigel. Look at him, look. As Nigel goes up Cambridge University sewer pipe.
Keep your phone on.
I think we knew that, didn't we?
Oh, we are nice. Yeah, look at that.
There's a bench there for us, look.
Along with that, obviously, it's geared up for the river, mainly punts, albeit punts. There was a few people wondering what the hell we were doing in kayaks. I'm sure we're not the only ones in kayaks every day, but lots of people sort of wondering what we're doing in a kayak. But that means there's lots of places to stop and get drinks, food, coffees. We had lots of lovely stops, and as I say, that's part of our enjoyment of kayaking. We're not one of these groups that just gets in the kayak, goes for X miles, turns around and goes back again. We tend to stop and enjoy the day. One of our stops was a large ramp up to a higher part of the canal. I think it is a canal at that point. We decided we'd pull Mark up the ramp. The whole plan was to get him to the top and then relaunch him down the ramp. Unfortunately, we only got a couple of steps up there because Nigel's got a shoulder problem, which he picked up, funnily enough, from coming out of his kayak. Not funnily, ironically enough, he got coming out of his kayak, and he went to grab the side and he pulled his shoulder out. So we couldn't pull Mark to the top and launch him, but we did our best anyway. You know, silly, childish gags. They say when you get older, you regress back to childhood. Maybe that's where we're going.
Where's your sense of adventure, man?
It's not very kinetic, is it?
No, but that doesn't matter, look. Just get straight, because that's the key bit. Right, Nigel.
I don't know, it's got a big arm on that.
Yeah, we can do this. Get him on the rollers. Next roller. Right, ready, go.
He was going to go to the top, wasn't he?
Yeah, I was.
I was going for it.
I was going to, at the top, Nigel, at the top, I was just going to look at you and go.
We went and explored a few little backwaters, some beautiful houses backing onto the waterway with their own pontoon and everything. Beautiful. Had a little explore, looked at some pubs that looked far too expensive for the likes of us, these sort of gastro pubs. You know, we're probably not going to be welcome turning up in our kayaking gear with a paddle. So we avoided them.
Here or?
Yeah.
It looks very muddy getting out here.
It will be a bit muddy, but what we're going to do, George?
Oh no, that looks a bit restauranty to me. I'm not sure I think that's a bit classy for Nigel.
I like the way he puts you down.
They might just chuck him out.
Actually, why don't we go forward?
No, you could go in there, it's very shallow there. Go
It's
fast.
shallow and muddy.
Yeah, but George, it's only mud. It'll wash off your water.
I'm not thinking of the mud, I'm thinking of the slipping on your arse.
What's the worst can happen?
Yeah. Let Nigel go
That's
first.
a pub there, I think, as well. Is it the Grand?
That looks a bit Ponzi pricey. They'll all be Ponzi pricey actually.
Yeah, they are. What about scooping into that fast?
I think we've seen some better places to stop personally.
Oh, okay.
Saw some amazing wildlife, herons and things, and we had a little explore round, and then we found on the way, we were constantly looking for a good spot to stop on the way back. Found a great spot under the trees looking at a waterfall, and just lovely. Had our packed lunch, sat and talked bollocks for a while, which is what we do, and then started to head home again.
don't take the miss that big outdoor table tennis, do I?
Do.
I try and help you.
No, you don't.
I don't.
Just play with me.
I never
You
take
just
the
play
mick
with me, toy with me, and then decide
Yeah, but you don't do the same for me in golf, do you?
No. Because I think you guys golf together and he chipped up. All right. At Benton Hall where Mark's end up.
He only comes round because it's free. So even if he has a bad round, he hasn't played for it.
Hasn't cost him anything. No need to get upset.
No. Oh, it was terrible though yesterday. Absolutely terrible. I topped about half of my shots. I think Nigel's done thanks to my clubs. I think
It's Nigel's fault, isn't it?
He's bent it, isn't he?
Yeah. Like your paddle.
Yeah. I think
Unless it's how I stored your paddle, I don't know.
Yeah, what did you do? Put your fridge on it? Here, have this one. No wonder I go round in circles.
The distance we travelled, don't know off the top of my head, but I'll put it on here somewhere. We put Strava on the kayak so we could see where we'd been and how many miles we'd done. And it was just the right distance. As I say, men of a certain age and Nigel with a shoulder injury, which he had to take care of, popping kayaks up onto roofs at the end of a long day, then driving home. Cambridge about an hour plus from us. Turned out that night 2 hours. And so it's just the right distance, really. Perfect. Paddled back, popped the kayaks on the roof and went home. I've been kayaking since I was about 13, 14. A friend of my family won a kayak in a raffle and didn't know what to do with it. So I got on that and had a go. Used to paddle all around the creeks near funnily enough, where I live now. Used to paddle all around the different mud flats and creeks at high tide. Really loved it. I got into it a bit more scouting age, so I'm thinking 15, 16. Got into the racing a little bit there, got into the K1s, did a little bit of racing. I was never quite fit enough. I wasn't quite into it enough to be up on a frosty morning doing the sort of thing that you have to do to stay competitive when you're racing. But I'd done a bit of kayaking. I then went and bought an inflatable one because I thought that'd be nice to get back into. My then girlfriend was a bit of a big old girl, and it kind of folded up like a banana in the middle. It wasn't very good. She'll kill me. I'm sure she doesn't watch these. And it was okay, but it made me realise I did want to get back into it. I met Nigel, Mark and Dave dog walking, funnily enough. You stop and chat with your dogs, and they said, oh yeah, we go kayaking. We bought kayaks. And I thought, well, I've got to go and have a go at this again after years of not doing it, and then a failed attempt with an inflatable kayak. Borrowed one of Nigel's kayaks. We had a lovely evening paddle up the canal where I used to live. We paddled up, did the usual, sort of packed lunch, a drink, paddled back. It was getting dark as we paddled back. Beautiful, absolutely fantastic. And I thought, I've just got to get into this. So I bought a Piranha Fusion or a Fusion Piranha. I can't remember which one the company is. Great kayak, but I bought the wrong size. In those days, I was a little bit chubbier, so I bought the large, thinking, I needed something that I wasn't going to get my fat ass stuck into. And probably I could have done with the medium. It's a very heavy kayak. It's probably too heavy for one. I can just about get it up on top of the car, but I hurt myself doing it, if you know what I mean. And I'm likely to do myself an injury doing it. Very heavy. So I may change that, and I'll probably stick with the same kayak, just go down to a medium, because as I say, it's just too difficult. Not that I kayak on my own, but you know what I mean. Moving it around the garden and everything else is quite hard. The other problem with my kayak, seat just doesn't seem to work. It's got an adjustable seat, with ratchets that you can sort of click, 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 get your way up. But after an hour or two on that, I tell you get out sort of, oh wow, and I had a look at Dave's kayak. He's got pretty much the same. I think it's the same kayak, but an earlier edition of mine. And he's made some modifications with some neoprene around the side. and it works a treat. I guess we're back to the same thing. We're men of a certain age. We probably shouldn't be sitting in a kayak for long anyway. Poor old buggers. If you fancy doing a bit of kayaking, I can only give you one piece of advice. No, actually two. Get some lessons. Don't just get in a kayak and go. It's all very well, pootling along a canal having fun till you tip over. You've really got to learn how to get out the kayak. You've got to tip it over in nice conditions so that you get used to it. So when it happens for real, it's not a surprise to you. I joined my local canoe and kayak club. They were brilliant. They did pool days. They taught me. I felt I kind of knew a lot of what they were teaching me, but it was nice to have it sort of formalised, and it was nice to do it again. So they're in a nice, warm, clean pool. They teach you to tip over, sit in the kayak, count to 5, and then just get out calmly rather than panic and flap and whatever. They also taught me quite a lot of tricks with the spray deck, which I was struggling with. If your technique's not quite right, they pick up on it. So join a club, even if it's only for a year or two, just to get you, sort of comfortable with when something goes wrong, because it's like that saying, it's all good until something goes wrong, and you couldn't be more accurate with a kayak. Another thing you need to know is if you're going to go in the sea, if you're not going to be near a river bank or a canal bank all the time, you need to know how to get back into a kayak when you've tipped it over, and that sort of thing. And you can do all that, learn all that in a pool with a lot of fun, with friends, in the warm, in nice clear water, so that when it happens for real, you know what to do and you don't panic. The other piece of advice I'd give you is borrow a few kayaks before you go and buy one. I'd bought the right kayak, I just bought the wrong size, because I'd borrowed a few kayaks from Nigel before I went and bought. But I think there's so many different types of kayak now, and the one you really want and feel comfortable with, you'll find it pretty quick in a club. They all borrow each other's boats and they all try different things, and they've got rental boats, and you get one that you suddenly think, oh, this is the one I like, and it might be completely different to everybody else. It's just the one that fits you and your style and your use. But certainly don't waste money rushing out and buying one till you've tried quite a few of them. You'll almost certainly buy the wrong one. So for those of you that follow, here's the excuses. I've literally been so busy. I've moved into my new house. I've fitted a kitchen. Do a video on that at some point. I've had a new bathroom. I've had a load of the walls changed around. I've had a storage nightmare moving. I must have moved every box 10 times. Getting the sale through, getting moved in, it was massive. It's not something I'd ever want to do again, so I really do hope this is my forever home. I haven't really got somewhere to make these videos, so you're in my office. Something about my new 3D printer here. If anyone's interested, put a comment, we'll do something on that. Love it, absolutely love it. Had my daughter's wedding. I've been out to France, got some problems in France with the heating as winter approached. Had to go out and try and sort that. Still not sorted. So I've had a load going on. Something I promised to do a while ago but haven't done is how I make these videos. And when I do that, you'll realise just how much it takes to make these videos. And I know that's a dreadful excuse, but with all the other things going on, I just didn't have the time to make them. So I'm going to try and get a bit better with this. We're just coming up for Christmas. It's Christmas Eve today, and over the break I'm going to try and bang out a few more videos, get them done and get back on the case. I've got so much to cover. Normally I have a shortage of ideas. I haven't got any shortage of ideas because I haven't produced any for a few months, so loads of a backlog of ideas to come to. So hopefully we'll pick things up and get things going again. I'm very sorry, but as I say, life just took over. Why the short hair and no beard? Bit of a tricky one, that. Wallace and Gromit again. So my partner, who was in one of the videos, the chicken throwing, I've taken it down actually because No, I don't know. She was in it. We split up, and she liked the beard, and I'd kind of got bored of it. So I thought, well, we'll have a. I'm not clean shaven today. I'm in shave today. That's just an indicator of how quickly I'm trying to get this video out. So I thought I'd have a, shave and brush up. She liked the beard. Most people don't. Lots of people have said to me, well, hey, you look much better without the beard. 5 years younger, 10 years younger, another such bullshit. So that's why that is. No other reason. It's a simple reason. Got to be back on the market again, you see. Got to look a bit more reasonable. Got to look younger. So what's up next? Probably a little bit about my house. I promised when I moved I'd share my house and details with you because I'd had nobody getting nasty and abusive on the channel. I'm sure it will happen, but nobody had done it. So I decided I wouldn't be anonymous anymore. I'd actually share my house and where I live and everything with you. So probably a bit about the house. It's been such a massive part of my life recently. I fitted the kitchen myself, did my knee in doing it because I'm too old for sitting on, kneeling on floors doing kitchens. But I did do quite a bit of videoing of doing the kitchen. I want to cover my side hustles. New year coming up. It's time to start thinking about where you go in the new year, what your plans are. I joke that every new year I just reprint the same list. Actually, this year has been a massive year for me. I've, with my whole life change, semi-retirement, which is really just lovely. I'm really loving it. Just taken a new job, but that's part of the plan. Take a job, top up the income, not work for quite a long time. I've got quite a lot going on there. I want to cover a few of the side hustles. Funnily enough, in the new job, one of the guys I'm working with, he might be watching this. I'm careful what I say. He's very hot on side hustles, and it's been great talking to him about stuff. I might have a long chat with him before I do the one on side hustles. So house, side hustles, what's going on here? I've got a ton of stuff coming up. I've literally got a list of about 20 things to cover. So there's no excuse for not having a topic to talk bullshit about. I've just got to sit down and do the videos. I've got to get back into doing them. And as I say, they take a very long time. A half-hour video typically takes me 5 or 6 hours or more. A lot of gathering of, clips and pictures and whatever. And then the actual sitting down and putting it together is huge. So, I'll probably cover that at some point as well. So let's try and get back in the new year. Let's try and get back into the video every 2 to 4 weeks. And hopefully you'll forgive me and follow along. Warming up. Haven't done this for a while. And of course, if my computer doesn't ping, I then get a call on my phone.